Let's wait until this is open and give it a proper review. But for now, it's still in technical rehearsals. Back on park again. It's been an entire week. We were obviously here last Friday, which was meant to be technical rehearsals for Valhalla. That did not happen, but it did open on Wednesday, and the fountains are on right now. So there's been a lot of mixed response from the community. Some people are quite happy with it, other people are really let down. So I wanted to get on it and share my honest opinions and what I think has happened. It's been another interesting week though, because so many people have shared me a link from the big one breaking down this week and people getting evacuated from the top. Fairly standard stuff, happens all the time. Anyway, I don't know how much we'll do today. It's probably a short day on park, but I want to get on Valhalla and see what it's like.
Together to visit my fabulous world of Alice in Wonderland. So step this way, meet my friend.
Started off there with a classic on Alice in Wonderland, a ride don't often go on, but a really nice ride. Bizarrely, it's one of the few rides around the world, possibly the only one, that's actually licensed by Disney to use Disney IP outside the park. You'll see a lot of Disney themed travelling rides, but they're not endorsed, whereas Walt and Jeffrey Thompson, I believe, used to have a good relationship, so it's an official ride.
This morning, Ronnie. Porridge today, now Tuesday.
This could be a really nice quiet day, which would be fantastic. We've just gone on Wallace and Gromit. I'm sure there's some new effects in there I've never seen. Well, the smell pods were working. They don't always work, so that was good. There was the smell of bread as you went past that scene. There was smoke at the rocket at the start, which I've been on that many times and I've never seen that. So either it's been broken for a long time or they're adding stuff to it, which is always nice to see. I'm being dragged over to Icon now, not that I mind the Icon, but I think the girls want to go on something a little more exciting than a couple of dark rides. So let's head over there and see. Also forgot to mention, whilst we were in the queue, Revolution got stuck and everyone got evacuated. Which is interesting, considering I said at the start of this that people were getting evacuated off the big one earlier this week. I mean, look, it's standard things, right? It's all safety procedures. If something's wrong, then they've got evacuation platforms, but I think a lot of people freak out when they get asked to leave a ride at the end. So, oh, Icon's got a nasty queue. Probably still going there though. That was good. We just, we did. Do you want to say hi, Jess?
Hello!
Hi, Jess. So, we just, we went on Airbender, which is probably the best roller disco I've been on. All the rest of them have got that weird hump in the middle, and they're crap. That one's fantastic. Then we decided to join the Icon queue, which said 25 minutes. No chance it was 25, it was way worse. I don't know why they aren't running 3 trains. They did say they still do, but we decided to do something a little different because we know that ride so well, and we all went round with our eyes shut, which definitely adds an extra layer to it, because I can assure you there's way more airtime when you can't see where the hell you're going. Then we're going to go and grab some lunch, go to Coasters, get something to eat, and then hopefully we'll hear Valhalla opening. They kind of usually about 2 or 3 o'clock, so let's see.
Okay, so today we've had an overall good day, and Valhalla has just opened over there, as you can see, yes. My dad's gone on it to have some fun, like a big child, and yeah, been a good day today. It's very sunny, so it's not been too bad. We've got on a few things. We've not been on the big one yet though, so we need to go on the big one.
So, I came here to experience Valhalla and see whether it was good or bad. You can't really make this up. I literally got on, you saw me going around that corner and into the building, got into the first scene, and the boat stopped. And then the show lights came on. And then there was numerous messages about this ride has stopped, you know, it will restart shortly. Followed eventually by, please stay still, member of staff is on their way. And we got evac'd. And then stood on the bridge and we're told, you know, as soon as the ride restarts we'll get you guys on it. A couple of minutes later they then decided to clear the queue and the ride's not opening for the rest of the day. A lot of people will be really disappointed with that, and I think there's definitely people that are. I mean, there was a decent number of people got around the ride before it shut. It's technical rehearsals, right? This is the whole point of this, and I think from what I've seen online, some people understand what a technical rehearsal is, right? It is them testing things. Things might not be working. Things, when we went in there, the very first thing, when the lights came on, I saw the Valhalla logo above me as if it should be lit up. It wasn't lit up, right? Not everything is running, and that, I think a lot of people don't appreciate that. That is what this is. It's a technical rehearsal. You know, you may go on there, a lot of people have said the sound's really quiet in there. I didn't get to hear it because I didn't get past the first scene. However, the message that said, please stay still, stay in the boat, was extremely loud. So the speakers have the capacity in there to be really loud. And I'm sure if the audio is still quiet, they'll turn it up. They say they spent 4 million on the ride. And I think a lot of people are frustrated simply because it's been, what, 3 years? And then you look at something like Alton Towers where they turned around Curse at Alton Manor in 7 months. And that, you know, I mean, that's a huge change to that ride. So I think, you know, people are obviously expecting a lot from this ride, and I'm sure when it's finished it will be absolutely spectacular. The thing is, there's a lot of things that they've done that you won't see, right? We know they've done a lot of work on the infrastructure that made it more sustainable. It's no secret this ride cost an absolute fortune to operate. You know, all the water, the fire effects, etc. Technology's changed a lot in the last 20 years, so they've done a lot of work to do that alone. We know they've also done things like cleared the evacuation platforms, made it easier to get out, easier to maintain. You know, they've moved the ride cab, so they've obviously redone the whole ride system, electronics wise at least, to modernise that, bring it up to standards. That's not cheap, right? So those things alone will have cost an absolute fortune. There is visible changes on the station. The station's beautiful now. They've done a cracking job with that. I think everyone was expecting all the scenes to be completely different and changed, and you know, from what I've heard of other people being on the ride, there is some good stuff in there. There's some effects that people have seen that weren't running. Like I saw that Valhalla logo, it wasn't running. I think I understand that it's a technical rehearsal. Yeah, I'm disappointed I didn't get to see more than just the first room. You know, I came down here today mainly to do this ride. But at the same time, I understand what it is, and you know, it's not going to put me off. The general public, maybe they don't understand what a technical rehearsal is and they might be frustrated. But no, I think people have been really harsh on Blackpool, and I think until the ride officially opens, and chances are we're talking May, June maybe, I think until it's officially opened and the park says this is now done, we all need to just reserve judgment and wait. It's clear a lot of money's been spent on things you cannot see that needed to happen. So all in all, I think It's too early to judge if the ride is good or bad, right? That was basically my premise of this video, was to figure out, is it good or bad? But people got this right, or are people getting the wrong end of the stick? I don't think it's possible to tell that right now. I think there's a lot of potential. I think people have seen things. I'm hearing people in the queue that have done it multiple times over a couple of days. They're already seeing changes. I mean, the ride didn't open till half 2, 3 o'clock. You know, so every day they are working on the ride, and then they open it for a couple hours in the afternoon. It's not finished, right? And we all know that. So I think realistically, the backlash that there's been from people saying how disappointing it is, and 3 years and this is all we get, I think that's completely unfair. I think people need to give Pleasure Beach a break and wait until this is finished. You know, you need to understand this is a work in progress. I'm happy I got to, in a way, got evacuated. I got to see behind the scenes and bits you wouldn't normally see. And as I say, when the show lights came on, and you could see, it's phenomenal the amount of water that goes through that ride that you don't normally see when it's dark. So yeah, I am a little disappointed. I would have loved to get all the way around the ride. Clearly that didn't happen today. I will be back. I'm not going to come back specifically for this. If I'm in the park, because, you know, I'm down here for a weekend, fine. Otherwise, I'll wait until this is officially open now. Because it is a little frustrating driving 3.5 hours and not getting on the ride. It's not the park's fault. I was well aware this might not even have opened today. You know, so the fact there was people in the queue behind us that didn't even get on a boat. I could at least have sat in a boat and gone round in the mouth there and got on the first scene. So yeah, I'm going to leave it there. I think it will be good when it's finished. I think people's expectations are maybe misaligned, and they really need to appreciate how much has gone in behind the scenes, which inevitably means the actual scenes, you know, the effects and the animatronics or statues or whatever they put in may not be the standard some people are expecting, because they've had to put money elsewhere. So let's wait until this is open and give it a proper review. But for now, it's still in technical rehearsals, you know, and we'll just need to give the Pleasure Beach the benefit of the doubt and see where it goes. Anyway guys, I've been Chris, you've been watching Coaster Dad, and I will see you in the next one. Adios.